I need some information on one Margaret Andrews. Apparently, she has a criminal record.
Margaret Andrews, eh? Give me a moment to look her up in the archives. Yes, here we are. Margaret Andrews was brought in for questioning 5 years ago in connection with a fire at a theater in Worcester.
Oh?
Yes. Nothing came of it, but she was briefly a suspect. Oh, there's more. She also had a prior conviction for arson.
You don't say.
The file says she set fire to a cab after the driver ran over her cat. She served 6 months in prison for that. This was back in 1835.
Fascinating.
Thank you for your help, Upton. This has been extremely valuable.
So, Margaret Andrews has a jealous streak and a penchant for setting things on fire. Seems a likely culprit to me.
Hello everyone, it's Lotus, and we're back with another part of Lamplight City. Let's just take a moment to appreciate the music. I love it so much, like the soundtrack is so good. It's so well done. But yeah. The last part was insane. Spontaneous human combustion, like what the freak. And so after I recorded part 9, I kind of did a little bit of research about spontaneous human combustion, and it's not like an actual thing that's been proven, but there's a theory about it, and it's super creepy. So yeah, I mean, it's pretty interesting if you want to look it up and kind of creep yourself out. But yeah, drink alcohol in moderation. Unless you want to burn from the inside out. Let's see what our objectives are. So we spoke to Miss Angela at the Spectre Society, and we learned a little bit about spontaneous human combustion, and we can even report to Upton that Desiree's death was caused by spontaneous human combustion, but we all know there's probably something more to it that we've yet to uncover. We still need to... Okay. Alright. So we still need to investigate the Gascon Supper Club. Find a suitable container to transport Miss Lathan's ashes. Speak with attorney Jonas Usher. Speak to Peter Andrews at the Bank of Vespucia. Is that how you pronounce it? I don't know. I'm sorry. We've been here though, right? Yeah. This lady that was hitting on us. Would she know anything about spontaneous?
Miss Robinow?
Oh, it's you again. Have you come to ask me more questions?
Yes, if you wouldn't mind.
No. Be my guest.
She has that sex operator voice. Oh, okay. The only thing we can do is compliment her.
Thanks for your time. I'll let you get back to your drink.
Thanks, sweetheart.
Oh, she ready to pounce. Okay. I see you, Grandma. I don't think we've been here.
Mr. Fordham.
Oh, great.
Ah, Mr. Dupre. Good to see you again.
Oh, I thought that was snowing for some
reason. Is
reason.
all well with you?
Absolutely. Everything is wonderful. Because of you, this city has finally seen Laura Dupre for the monster she is. I cannot thank you enough.
I suppose you're welcome?
Now then, is there anything I can help you with?
Yes, I'm looking for Peter Andrews. I was told he worked here.
That's right. His desk is just over there.
Thank you, Mr. Dupre. Lovely seeing you.
What a coinkydink. Mr. Dupre, does he work here? Wow. Interesting. Okay.
Mr. Andrews.
Yes?
Miles Fordham, private investigator. May I ask you a few questions?
Yes, I suppose that would be fine. Have a seat.
I'd rather stand if it's all the same to you. Now then.
And if you guys don't remember, Mr. Dupre was Laura Dupre's husband in the first case that we solved. So yeah.
Do you know Desiree Lathan?
Desiree Lathan? No, I can't say the name rings any bells.
You liar. You wrote letters to her. What do you mean?
You say you don't know Miss Lathan. Would you care to explain these?
Why are they crumpled up? Did she throw them out? And why do you have them?
I just love catching people like this.
Relax, Mr. Andrews. Let's take this slowly. Now, I can assume by your reaction that these are your letters?
Yes, they are.
So why did you lie about knowing Miss Lathan?
I promised my wife I would cut off contact.
But you clearly didn't. The most recent letter is from 2 weeks ago.
Did she hire you?
Your wife? No, that's not why I'm here.
Ah, well, that's somewhat of a relief then.
Dang, you dirtbag. You had a wife this whole time and you're sending some other chick some love letters? Man. We should probably snitch on you.
Were you aware of Miss Lathan's death?
What? Desiree is dead? No.
She was found burned to death in her bed.
You're lying. You have to be.
I'm afraid I'm not, Mr. Andrews.
Oh, Desiree.
Do you have any idea who might have wanted to kill her?
No, she was a marvelous woman.
Well, I'm sorry to have to be the bearer of bad news, but at least you won't have to worry about writing any more letters.
That isn't funny, Mr. Fordham.
Yes, it was. Don't listen to him.
that that is a fucked up, excuse my language, way of putting things. But I was gonna say some. Oh yeah, so with the love letter, like it's starting to make sense why he was saying in the love letter, like basically that he couldn't be hers because he's married. So that's messed up.
So your wife knows about your correspondence with Miss Lathan?
Well, I don't know if you could really call it correspondence. Desiree never wrote back. But yes, Peggy, that is to say Margaret found out shortly after we married.
Exactly how many letters did this bounder send, I wonder?
At first I tried to make it out that she was just a friend, but she found one of the more intimate ones while I was writing it.
I see. And what was her reaction?
What do you think? I still have the scar from the glass that she threw at me.
You're still married?
Oh yes. Margaret comes from a very strict Catholic family. They would sooner she die than divorce. It hasn't been easy. She makes sure to take full advantage of the situation. Always buying herself the most expensive jewelry and spending a fortune on food for those wretched cats. I swear, they're better fed than I am.
Where might I find Mrs. Andrews? I'd like to speak to her.
Our house is at 713 Longfellow Street, just at the edge of Gascon. But I warn you, it's a goddamn menagerie she's got. I'd stay away if you're averse to being covered in animal hair.
I'll take my chances.
Wait, so I'm kind of confused. Did he have an affair with Desiree, or was it just kind of like an unrequited love thing?
Exactly what is your role here at the bank?
I'm the manager. I handle the new accounts, organize finance, that sort of thing.
Have you been here long?
Coming up on 17 years. Is this at all relevant to your investigation?
Anything could be, Mr. Andrews. Thanks for your time, Mr. Andrews.
Okay, let's go. I mean, we can talk to Jean.
We haven't got anything else to ask him
Oh,
about
never
right
mind.
now.
Okay, never mind. So I'm starting to notice, like, all the cases seem to have, yeah, so far, all the cases seem to have a connection with one another, which is pretty interesting. Look at the squirrels.
Nice house. It definitely screams, eccentric person lives here. Speaking of which, that must be Mrs. Andrews over there with those rodents.
Aw, she must be a sweet lady, right? She's feeding the
Excuse me,
squirrels.
Mrs. Andrews?
May I help you?
I'm Miles Fordham, private investigator. I was hoping you could answer a few questions.
All right then. Don't worry, my darlings. Mommy only needs a moment to speak to the nice man, then I'll give you all the nuts you can eat. My little friends just adore nuts, Mr. Fordham.
Guess that explains why squirrels are so attracted to her.
Yeah, she seems a little, out there, but she might be nice. You never know.
Did you know Desiree Lathan?
Not personally. I never met her, but I knew exactly who she was.
And who was that?
A miserable drunk. Always going out and getting liquored up at her so-called socialite balls. They try to make them seem so fancy and high class, but it's really just a bunch of bitter old hags getting together to gossip about each other. With that kind of lifestyle, it was only a matter of time before it caught up with her.
Do you happen to know anything about the circumstances surrounding the death of Miss Lathan?
I read in the paper that she was burned to death. In her bed, wasn't it?
That's right. Do you have any idea how that may have happened?
Well, I already told you she was a drunk. Maybe she came home plastered and decided to smoke in bed. I'm rather surprised she was sleeping alone. That woman got around, if you know what I mean.
She certainly seems to know a lot about Desiree for someone who claims to have never met her.
So was she, known to smoke? Because that would be the most logical explanation for her death, I think. But I don't know.
Do you have any hobbies or pastimes, Mrs. Andrews?
Well, of course. I do a bit of knitting and I take care of my pets.
I take it you're fond of animals?
Oh, yes. I just love animals. Most prove to be better company than people.
Is that right?
Well, consider this, Mr. Fordham. Animals can't betray you or lie.
Uh-oh, I don't like where this is going.
My furry little companions would never hurt me, unlike several humans I could name.
Who are these companions, exactly?
Why, my darling little kitties and squirrel friends, of course.
She seems very out there, but, I can kind of understand her sentiment.
Tell me about your cats.
They're the most wonderful little dears. Do you have any pets?
Afraid not. My wife isn't too fond of cleaning up after animals.
Pity. Cats make wonderful pets. They're good company and are independent, unlike dogs. Edgar and Hubert are my pride and joy. I give them only the best of everything, and they in turn give me their unconditional love.
That's delightful.
I used to have a wonderful cat named Tobias, but, he had an unfortunate accident. That's why I never let my two angels out of the house.
What happened to Tobias the cat?
I really rather not talk about that. It wasn't my finest hour. Let's just say it was an honest misunderstanding which got blown way out of proportion.
Well, now I just have to know what happened. I hate it when people tease gossip and don't deliver.
Yes, we must find out what happened to Tobias. I wonder if her husband knows, so we'll make a trip over there after this conversation.
Your squirrel friends are quite tame.
Oh, aren't they just the sweetest? And so smart, too. When I feed them, they come up and put their little paws on my hands as though they were giving me little squirrel hugs. And the way they look into my eyes, I can almost hear them saying, "Thank you for the nuts."
Well, at least you can be grateful that it's only my voice you hear and not some rabid squirrels.
Thank you for the chat. It was very enlightening.
I'm sorry.
Oh, my pleasure, Mr. Fordham. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to get back to tending to my little darlings.
I try to be as quiet as possible during the conversations, but that just killed me. Oh my god. Lady, calm down.
Mr. Andrews,
Yes?
is there anything you can tell me about your wife's old cat, Tobias?
Oh, God. There's a name I was hoping never to hear again. She loved that cat. I'm sure she would have married it instead of me if she could. Mangy little bastard was always leaving a mess and knocking things over, but he was Peggy's little angel. Then one day I'd had enough, so I let him outside, and
Yes?
the stupid thing managed to get itself killed. Then things got ugly.
How so?
Peggy got a bit carried away, and, well, let's just say I never imagined a cat could earn someone a criminal record.
The plot thickens. Or perhaps sickens.
Thanks for your time, Mr. Andrews.
Wait, did she like... Wait, I'm so confused. Did she like beat someone up over that, or... Guess we have to... Oh, we could go to Upton, probably. Yeah? Upton? Maybe she can give us information about that?
Got a moment, Upton?
Yes, but let's make this quick.
Upton, oh good.
I need some information on one Margaret Andrews. Apparently, she has a criminal record.
Margaret Andrews, eh? Give me a moment to look her up in the archives. Yes, here we are. Margaret Andrews was brought in for questioning 5 years ago in connection with a fire at a theater in Worcester.
Oh?
Yes, nothing came of it, but she was briefly a suspect. Oh, there's more. She also had a prior conviction for arson.
You don't say.
The file says she set fire to a cab after the driver ran over her cat. She served 6 months in prison for that. This was back in 1835.
Fascinating.
Thank you for your help, Upton. This has been extremely valuable.
So, Margaret Andrews has a jealous streak and a penchant for setting things on fire. Seems a likely culprit to me.
Oh, hell yeah, that seems...
That's it for now.
Better get back to it then.
She seems hella guilty. Like, it just so happens that Desiree Lathan dies from a fire, and we're dealing with a person who is tied to her through like some sort of affair or like unrequited love thing that her husband had, and she sets things and people on fire. Like, she has a history of that, so it definitely seems to point to her. We still need to... we still need to find a container for the ashes. And... God knows what else. Here comes the...
Miss Robineau?
Oh, it's you again.
phone sex
Have you come to
operator.
ask me more questions?
Yes, if you wouldn't mind.
No. Be my gal.
Okay, okay.
Thanks for your time.
Okay.
Thanks.
I'm not gonna compliment you. I have a wife. Thank you very much. Spectre Society?
Welcome back, Mr.
Maybe
Fordham.
she has containers for
I don't
ash.
think there's anything she can help with right now.
Never mind. It was worth a shot. Maybe we have to go back home? Cause
Hello,
like,
dearest. I have returned.
It's good to have you back.
cause in every case, Addie always helps us, so.
Addie?
What is it, Miles?
Please let me see that beautiful smile of yours, Addie.
That's enough, Miles. If you're just going to stand there and throw meaningless words at me, you're better off not saying anything at all.
But
Stop it. I'm trying my best to move past this. Don't make it worse.
Ooh, my bad. Never mind. Wait, what's here again? Oh, the body. Duh. I knew that. I'm running out of ideas. Cause this guy is a freaking... I don't even know. Anal about
It
cleanliness.
would be unwise to barge into Mr. Usher's office having been told he isn't seeing anyone today. We need to find a way to make him change his mind.
Begging your pardon, sir.
Oh, we need like
Yes.
concrete. We need like something concrete.
Perhaps.
No.
I
Yeah.
appreciate you.
Okay. I'm a little stuck, so bear with me. Oh, maybe we
Nothing
need
else to ask him about right now.
I don't know.
We haven't got anything else to ask him about right now.
Are you
I
serious?
tried using one of these automatic money dispensers once, but I nearly got my arm stuck inside. They still got a long way to go. Yeah, impressive bit of hardware. It would take a criminal mastermind to rob this bank. What an absurd contraption.
Oops. Sorry.
Imagine needing all those extra bits and bobs just to tell the time.
Do we need to talk to her? Like, confront her about
Nothing
her?
more to ask her about right now. Rats with fluffy tails. How anyone can find them endearing is beyond me.
Yeah, I don't know. I always use the map to transport. So it's weird actually clicking off the freak. I don't... Brentwell?
I don't think there's really...
Ay, ay, ay. You're killing me, Smalls. Throw me a bone. I'm probably gonna have to edit. Oops, sorry. Probably gonna have to edit this out. Because I can't seem to figure out the next thing I need to do.
Got a moment?
Yes?
I don't want to wrap up the
That's it.
case because I don't think... Maybe I missed something in the crime scene. Maybe that's what it is. Excuse me, rookie officer.
I'm afraid I need to have another look inside Miss Lathan's room, Officer Kane.
All right, but please be quick about it.
Sorry, sir. Not trying to get you fired or anything, but... I already looked in here.
Nothing else of interest.
Oh, so one thing I noticed while editing is that... So, okay, supposedly, usually with spontaneous human combustion, the hands and the feet are left unscathed. But notice that she only has this hand. Like, where's her other hand? You know?
Alas, poor Desiree. Come to think of...
It's kind of suspicious. Like, what if someone has her other hand?
I don't think Desiree will...
Bill?
What? This one's clean.
I don't know what to
Miles-
do. There has to be something in the nightstand.
Nothing else of interest.
Like, what container? Really? Nothing with the fireplace?
Doesn't look as though this fire...
Like, we can't talk to anyone. Wait, do I have to compliment phone sex operator?
Miss Robino?
Oh,
Yeah.
no?
Maybe we have to butter her up.
Can I just say you've got the most radiant smile I've ever seen?
Oh, why, that's very sweet of you, Mr. Fordham.
It's true. Not many women your age still have all their teeth intact.
I beg your pardon.
Oh my god.
I didn't know you were such a master of the high kick, Miles. You got your foot in your mouth in record time.
I just meant... You know what? Never mind.
You have such a way of words, Miles.
I must compliment you on your lovely hairstyle.
Oh, how sweet of you to say. Though it is getting a bit ragged. I'm having it done this afternoon, in fact. My girl Adelaide is a treasure.
You don't say. Well, she must be talented to improve on near perfection.
Oh, such a flattering tongue, Mr. Fordham.
Thanks for your time. I'll let you get back to your drink.
Thanks, sweetheart.
Oh, there's our connection. Sorry it took me forever to figure that out.
I've managed to
Excuse me.
survive the wild streets of New Britannia.
Hello.
She's just like, hello.
You've mucked
so
up things
dramatic.
enough with her for now. Best to leave her be until some time passes.
No, I could have sworn that was what I needed to do. Apparently not.
Holy...
I don't know. I don't think I missed anything. I think this is the first time I'm feeling kind of frustrated with this game. Excuse me. Because I don't
I'm afraid I need to have another...
All right.
really understand the whole container thing. Like, where would we find a container? Like, you would think the police station would give us something like that.
Miles, are you crazy? If you go wandering around the department for no good reason, Snelling will have you thrown in the jail.
Listen, I'm desperate. I'm desperate.
Got a moment?
Yes?
I don't want to
That's it
wrap
for-
up the case because there's definitely more to it. I'm so stuck
Welcome
right
back,
now.
Mr. Fordham.
There's quite a few members. I don't think there's...
Oh my god. Help me, somebody help me. I need some help. Oh my god. Like, I can't talk to anybody.
I can only begin to imagine how many lurid... Empty.
Excuse me.
Confessions of a Steam Addict by Ezra Bartley. I think I'm better off not knowing. For Whom the Bell Almost Tolled by Suki Snobs. Fascinating stuff. For the publisher of a sensationalist rag, Brentwell is awfully well read. Assuming he actually has read all those books, of course.
Most of the books that I have on my bookshelf I have not read completely through. I always read my books like about a third of the way in or close to halfway, and then I put the book down and move on to a different book.
Now the
What
more
did I freaking do? I thought Addie would help us, but apparently not.
Seems like they've got some kind of modern message delivery service in here. Of all the things to spend your money on. That pipe really clashes with the rest of the decor in here.
Begging your pardon.
Yeah.
I appreciate.
Enjoy the.
Am I missing something?
The plaque says it's a portrait of Thomas Usher.
Yeah, guys, I'm stumped. I'm probably gonna have to edit so much out. Because I'm too stupid to figure out what to do next.
We haven't got nothing else.
What the freak?
Nobody's bothered clearing this table yet, it seems.
Oh my god. Seriously.
Well, if no one's cleaned up, you might as well do them the favor.
Out of everything, it was the tankard. Are you kidding? Are you freaking kidding? It took me that long to figure it out. I'm sorry. But
I'm afraid I need to have another look inside Miss Lathan's room, Officer.
I will edit all of that out so you guys don't have to deal with my stupidity. Okay.
Oh, Miles, really? You're going to carry the ashes around in a pewter mug?
It's vital to the investigation that we find out exactly what happened to the body. If anyone can tell us for certain, it's Dr. Edwards.
Fair enough. I suppose this isn't the most unpleasant thing you've carried around before. Remember that time we had to go looking for that murder victim's missing head?
I'd really rather not, actually.
Yay. Ashes to ashes. Wow, that took me like so long to figure out. Embarrassingly long. Okay, where do I have to go? Wait, where's Dr. Andrews? At the police station?
Dear Lord, what is that smell? Did you step in something out there, Fordham?
Private investigation is a dirty job, Upton. You know that.
Do ashes smell that bad? I mean, I'm sure it does, but like, does it? I don't know.
Got a moment, Upton?
Yes, but let's make this quick.
Would it be possible for me to access the mortuary?
The mortuary? What for?
I'd like to consult with Dr. Edwards.
All right, but be careful. Make sure you don't let Snelling see you back there.
That's it for now.
Better get back to it then.
Dr. Edwards' lab was always a fascinating place to learn about death. A bit less so now that I'm quite the expert.
Oh, did I miss cleaning up some bit of that last corpse? Oh, Fordham, what brings you down here?
Hello, Edwards. I was wondering if I could pick your brain.
Yes, of course. There's one in a jar over there, and I may have another one around here somewhere.
That coroner humor never gets old, does it?
Anyway, let me know what you want to discuss. This fellow's not going anywhere.
Look at all this interesting stuff. Oh. It's nicely
Pardon me, Edwards.
decorated.
Yes?
I've got these human ashes from a crime scene.
Straight to the point. I knew I liked you for a reason, Fordham. Who do they belong to?
Desiree Lathan. She was a Gascon Grand Dame.
Oh, of course. I heard about that case. She was found burned in her home, wasn't she?
That's right.
I meant to go over there later today.
Well, then I suppose I've saved you the journey. Would you have a look at these?
Does this mean you're officially on the case?
Not as such. In fact, I'd appreciate it if you didn't mention I'd been here.
Ah, clandestine operation. Sneaking around under Snelling's nose.
I don't have much of a choice. I'm pretty much persona non grata around here these days.
Well, you're always welcome in my mortuary. Preferably while still breathing, of course. Anyway, I'll just take those ashes off your hands. I'm sure your social life will soon improve.
Yes, I was making quite the impression.
This is an interesting choice of container.
It was either that or carry them around in my bare hands.
Well, I'm a bit busy right now, but I should have something for you within the next couple of hours. But you do realize the information won't be exclusive to you. I'll have to pass it on to the detectives on the case.
Naturally. That just gives me more of an incentive to work quickly. I found this piece of burned cloth at the crime scene. Could you take a look at it for me?
This is from the Lathan case?
It is, yes.
What do you need me to look at exactly?
It appears to have some oily residue on it.
Interesting. I'm afraid I have my hands full right now, but you can feel free to use my workbench if you'd like.
To do what exactly?
Surely they taught you something about basic chemical analysis when you worked here.
Yes, well, I always let Bill handle the more technical aspects of our cases.
A real pity I'm not around to help you anymore, isn't it?
But I'll have a look and see if something comes back to me. Keeping busy down here, Edwards?
Oh, you know me. I've always got my hands in someone.
Edwards always did have a way with words.
This postmortem was just a formality, really. The victim died of a gunshot wound to the head. Last week, though, we had a real kicker. An old man was brought in, and though he appeared quite dead, I was told that he'd been in a trance for over half a year. Apparently, he was hypnotized right at the point of death, and somehow managed to remain alive, in a fashion. In any case, when I began performing the exam, his entire body decayed into a putrefied mess within minutes. It was fascinating.
Should you really be giving me these details, Edwards?
Oh, hell, I don't mind telling you, Miles. It's not like you're going to go tell Snelling. Besides, you're the only one who's come to see me all week. Dead people make lousy conversationalists.
Hey, I take offense to that statement.
So, Snelling got promoted to chief, did he?
Yes, not too long after you left. Personally, I think he took advantage of your situation to change things around here.
Was it really that much of a shock? Bill and I weren't exactly the most well-liked detectives on the force.
But you were respected. You two solved over 350 cases in 15 years. You were an institution.
Damn right we were. It's so easy for people to resent their more successful peers.
Ah, Edwards. Nice to know someone missed us. You didn't examine Bill after he died, did you?
Ha! He wishes.
No, there was nothing inconclusive about his death. He died from impact after falling from the roof of a building. Why, was there something else I should have looked into?
No, I was just curious.
As fond as I am of Edwards, it would have been a bit much for him to go poking around my insides.
Thanks. That's all I needed to know for the moment.
Anytime, Fordham.